Hello everyone, welcome back to Trek a Day. Continuing on with my top 50 favorite Star Trek characters, we have at number 9, Quark, the gregarious barkeep from Deep Space Nine. To me, one of the most engaging characters in the franchise, partially because he has a true, varied, and interesting dynamic with every other person of the main cast. The majority of the characters, even on a show like Deep Space Nine, which makes a much better use of seeing the relationships of these characters in day-to-day life, there are certain characters that get paired up a lot. And while Quark has that element with people like Odo, one of my favorite friendships in the franchise, and obviously his brother Rom and his nephew Nog, he also gets a lot of really good moments and storylines and pairings with every other character, partially because of the very central social setting that he is in charge. I mean, Quark the character is in many ways the heart of the station, and so he is deeply involved in just about everything that goes on, whether it's peacetime, whether it's a funny episode, a dramatic episode, or it's the middle of the Dominion War. Quark's is central, and he is central to so many elements of the lifeblood of Deep Space Nine, and I think that shows in the stories that the character handles as well. There can be really surprisingly good dramatic moments with Quark and some real heartfelt moments, and he's not a simple character. There's a lot of layers to him and who he truly is, and you see different faces of him depending on who he is paired up with, whether he's hanging out with a bunch of Ferengi in some great Ferengi episodes, or little private moments of respect and admiration that peek through with his love of Odo, his relationship with the different versions of Dax, and how that changes, his friendships with Julian and Miles. It just all works so well, his butting heads with Kira and their animosity, his dealings with Sisko. And one of the other things that's great is he's a character who has an interesting and rich history even before settling on Terok Nor, then Deep Space Nine, but even during that time, and you see all the different relationships that he's had, some of his loves from the past. You have a Cardassian, he was married to a Klingon, and those all come together in really interesting ways, and he's always been one of my absolute favorites. I just really adore Quark and what they did with that character.